Okay, guys, today's the 9th of June 2025. Today's a Monday. Crazy Market Talk with KEL. Be crazy with CRAZII. All right, so guys, CRAZII has nicked our new name recently because of Elon Musk and Donald Trump. Yeah, because of them, our CRAZII got a bit more crazy. Okay, all right, before that, there's our disclaimer apply as usual before we start the session. And of course, after that itself, right, we will do the 9th of June revision with the 6th of June market. All right, so also a brand new image field for today. Okay, so let's go into the macro market to begin with. All right, we have the latest news just now from CNBC. China consumer price slumps again, deepening deflation worries as demand stay weak. Now, this is China consumer prices fell for the fourth consecutive month in May. So that means that from the start of January until now, for the 4 months, the consumer prices have been coming down. So deflation seemingly is happening. Deflation meaning that, right, basically the economy is not doing fast enough, okay, and then prices coming down. So of course, imagine this: if China is having an issue like this, so I just kind of can't believe that America is doing anything better. All right, so this doesn't really make sense to me, and we can see that as you can see right now, that they are basically, we all know that on 7th of May, the Chinese top officials, they unleash a flurry of policy steps to bolster the economy. They cut the interest rate by 10 basis points to historical low level, but it didn't help. And after that, Donald Trump came in to basically talk about tariff hitting 145%. So that basically rocked a bit of market. But then again, all this thing itself tells you that if China is not doing well, then what's next? So the country that I'm actually very, very concerned right now will be Japan. Now, Japan 10-year treasury, you can see is at 1.484% rate level. The recent high was 1.5260, 1.5830. All right, and the one that back then at the highest point was 1.5950 back in March 31st. So the thing is this: you look back into this market, you can see right now, back in 31st of March itself, right, that was where the Japan market caved in. Market dropped more than 37,000, dropped all the way to 30,000. So there was a drop almost 7,000 points within 2 weeks itself. But of course, there was also US market coming off at the same time. But the thing is this, one thing to note, that was where the yield was actually at a high level. So the yield now is also at a high level. And so the thing is this, I believe that the Japan itself is facing some unprecedented worry, because if the treasury continue to go down, or the yields keep on going higher, then of course, then this will be a big concern, because Japan is following the same thing what US has been doing, right? Japan has been following what US has been doing to basically print and lend it to the government. But the problem is that, okay, they don't have the type of military power as US. They don't have the type of network like US in terms of strength and resources. So to me, Japan could be a potential issue in the next few months. Yeah, but of course you will say that, but KEL, Warren Buffett say he won't sell any Japanese stocks, but you must understand he makes some good money, right? So even a Japanese stock really pull back down itself, right, he'll still going to buy, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so that is the global front. All right, so let's go into the markets for today. All right, let's look at gold for this morning. Now, gold this morning, we have a very clear CCYR formation, which is the yellow turns to red. Okay, yellow turns to red. And the other thing that's very concerning is that now the gold has traded below the MA30, which is the 3310 level. It's trading below it. So this is a strong sell signal because it's below the moving average. Okay, it's a very strong sell signal for gold. So undeniable, there's a very good chance that gold may be trading downwards towards the pivot 2 level if the selling actually continue. But as a KCB to watch here yourself, this KCB is 32.99. This morning it triggered. This morning at 32.99, it triggered, and now it's like trying to hold above it. So based on the KCB rule, is that if the market drop to KCB, a fresh KCB and rebound, this could be a potential bottom. But if the market don't go down, I mean, doesn't go up and go down further, then I think 32.74 is very possible. So what's happening now in the dollar scene is that causing the market to break down like this. Let's take a look at the US dollar. On, yeah. The US dollar is actually down. The US dollar is actually down. So compared to what is happening right now, that means that gold is going on its own. So there must be other news that is basically pushing gold price lower. All right, maybe it's the lesser fight because Elon Musk have taken out some of the tweets, not too sure. But nonetheless, it's all right. That means now gold and the dollar has decoupled for today, at least for now. So this is why I say don't need to really follow the dollar play exactly. Because sometimes the dollar can move down, but the gold can also go down at the same time. Okay, so the thing is this for me is very simple. If gold can stay above 3299, I may look to buy because we have the same thing, the KSI staying green all this while, and this is definitely an elephant trade in the making. So if gold can stabilize, it can have the same momentum like this previously, whereby the market was going down and the KSI was green, so that's why the market shot up. So for those who have missed out this run, now you have one more chance to go. So watch out for this number 3299 for first support for today. If all clear, press number 1 right now. Okay, all right. So that is gold. Now, just now, Shafiq basically mentioned regarding about the uh, gold 5-minute chart with the pivots and KTR -3, right? Let's take a look on what he said. Since he has saw it, we have to take a look on that. Okay, so let's bring the chart down. Okay, I think I saw what he meant. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, first of all, you can see that gold has been sideways for this entire morning. Then after that, we have the trigger point by the MA30, which is a sell signal because once the market get triggered, there's always this way or this way. So the market chose the downside instead. Okay, and then after that, you have a blue diamond where you draw a horizontal line. Now, last week, I tell you, once you have the market trading below OP, you have to watch the diamond because if the diamond tell you it's a sell, it's a sell. So you can see now, once I put the line across it, very beautiful already, right? You can see that the market just couldn't stay above the line. Hence, therefore, that warrants the sell at this moment right now. Now, if let's say the gold really continue to go lower, there is a very interesting phenomenon whereby you can see KTR -3 and pivot 2 are almost identical. One is 32722, 3272, and 3274. All right, they are pretty close to one another, so watch out for this. At the moment now, the KSI and the KCX show bearishness in the market. So unless we can see gold trading above 3299, if not, there is a possibility for gold to trade down lower. Yeah, this is very, very important. If okay, press number 2 right now. So I want you all to understand that trading is not difficult. You just have to place your line in the right place and follow the sequence, right? So although the day chart itself is a green KSI, and that's the reason why you see when the market break below OP, it came down to KTR -1 and rebounded, right? So that means that the bullishness is there. But now you can see that the market is struggling to stay above the 3299 area. So unless the market really stays above it, if not, there is still a possibility for the gold to trade down later, yeah? Especially now with the dollar is now moving down and gold is still moving down. Okay, where is the ideal stop loss for this trade? The ideal stop loss, okay, by right, when you have a short position, Dylan, this is how you draw your line, okay? By right, when you are shorting this based on this guy here itself, right, this red color, the high of it is actually the stop loss. But because it's so near, right, so you will use a next available top for it itself, which is something like here. But again, if it's still too near, then the next available top, which is here. And it happened to coincide with the OP. So it's not really the OP for you to stop loss, but it just happened to be when you shift your stop loss to find a better, more reasonable stop loss, it happened to land on OP. So that's why the answer is OP for this as a guide. Okay, all clear? Dylan? Okay, I'm moving on. All right, so that is for gold. Okay, let's look at the US Dow Jones now. Now, again, when you are switching over from chart to chart itself, if you don't see the diamonds, right, don't freak out, yeah? Just go right click on the screen and press refresh, okay? Refresh button. It will pop up. Now, you may ask the question, how come it's so slow, right? It's because the diamond computation itself needs the the KSI and the KCX together, combined with the candlestick, three condiment add together, then they come out. So by the time this happens itself, the data streaming from AIMS is still going on, right? So the thing is the AIMS data comes in, but the diamond need to compute, so take a few more seconds to compute at a nano speed itself. Then it'll come out. So of course you say, KEL, sometimes why can't it? Well, it just happened to be maybe your interconnection just slowed down a little bit, that enough time, enough buffer to let it go in. All right, so that is all possible, yeah? I'm not the IT expert, but I'm just informing you now that in case you don't see a diamond, don't freak out, okay? Okay, so today got a 4 diamond on the Dow Jones. So how do we use this 4 diamond? Very simple. Draw a line at the closing price. That's all, okay? Draw a line at the closing price, and that's it. As long as the market stays below the white line, it's actually a sell, not a buy. I repeat, as long as the market stays below Friday's closing. Now, what number is that? Let's take a look. 42,763. So write it down somewhere. This particular number. 42,763, right? Did I get it correct? Yeah, I'm right. Okay, so the thing is this, as long the Dow Jones stays above this number, stay below this number, the market will sell. So which means that as long as the Dow stays below this number, it will be a sell, not a buy. But of course, you'll say, KEL, wait a minute. The KSI is green, and how do you talk about this? Now, the KSI green means that buying interest is still available. So once the market goes to the KTR -1, -2, -3, or any technical level that's below the current opening price, then all those are technical level for you to consider to buy back your shorts or look for potential market bottom if you think so. It's a bottom, yeah? Okay. So the thing is this right now, you can see that the MLP, which is 42,533, is very close by to pivot 2 at 42,547. So which means that if the market do actually breaks below the MLP, break below the pivot 2, it will test the MLP, which is a very critical support. If the market break pivot 2 and MLP, then of course the selling will likely be able to push it back all the way down to the moving average, which is the MA 200 and followed by MA 30. Okay, both of them, so 150 points difference between them itself. Okay, so watch out for all these numbers. I think that the Dow Jones may come down to pivot 2. For it to break to MLP, well, it might be a touch and go in my own perspective, yeah, because I see that the market now is still very bullish. But of course, if anything nasty happen, if there could be a very big eventful thing happen, then of course we will let you know, yeah. Okay, as we are speaking right now, gold is trading back up to 32.99 area itself as we are speaking, as it says happening, huh? Okay. Okay, this is the dollar yen, and this is what I'm pretty concerned about. The dollar yen, the dollar is down, so the dollar yen is down, so it's kind of expected. But you can see that the dollar yen has all the way red in color while the price was surging up. So that means that this is going to be a potential elephant trade. So if they look at it correctly itself, if the dollar yen do come down, it will come down to break the KCB here and the KCB here. So it's 143.40 and 142.74. So where are we right now? 144.45. So I believe that there is a possibility for the dollar yen to trade down to 142.75. And if that actually do happen, that means that the dollar will go down lower. Hence, therefore, it's a good time to buy some gold. Wow, gold already 3301. See, I told you last time, right? See, exactly, it's all live happening right now, all right? So that's why if you trade the market long enough, you can get all these little insights from the market. But the main thing is this, just remember the rules that you're supposed to follow, yeah? So the dollar yen should give us a bit of insight for a potential move coming in for the gold market, all right? Now, I'm still very, very bullish on silver. I told you silver will go to $36, and yesterday or Friday, it went to $36.35, and now it's at $36. Now, for silver, it's very clear. Is that you can see that, okay, let me put it to you again. See the diamond missile, refresh. Okay, the diamonds come out already, right? Now, the latest diamond was here. The latest 4 diamond was here. So the line is drawn. So you can see the market was really basically fighting its ass out itself to make sure it stays above the white line. And once it's done by closing below the market, that is where people thought that this is over, but instead that gave the market back stronger. And that's the reason why, we have to follow the rules of engagement. So in this case now, silver is shooting up. The high is 36.35. I think a bit of pullback soon, but then after that, there will be another big ride up all the way to here, which is 36.79 level. Okay, so that is my target for the silver market, 36.79. I think that is still the target to go, yeah? Okay. All right, gold is now at 33.03. Dow Jones just broke below 42,700 level. Now, just in case I only cover this just now, I think I missed out for the big picture, something that you all may not know or know. All right, if you actually go to CNBC right now, or you can go to, go CNBC, US, of course, not the Asian. Now you can see that this is an issue here. The National Guard arrived in LA after Trump's order deployment to contain the immigration protests. Okay, so which means that there is a bit of unrest right now in US. Of course, it didn't lead to anything serious at the moment right now. Of course, there was some people getting upset and stuff like that, but still within control. But it's kind of sad to see this again. And seemingly only when Donald Trump is around, right, you see all this thing. Yeah, interesting. Okay, so let's take a note of that. All right, guys, we'll take a short break right now. We'll come back for the second half session. We'll talk about gold later on. Okay, on the gold, on how to trade gold with the last Friday's market and also today's market. Okay, see you later.